Morning, everybody. Come on in. It's time to cook a little breakfast. Sunday morning. Good Sunday morning, y'all. The kids are here. They were with their dad last night, and I went and got them. We had a little family situation that we had to take. Tony's not feeling too good, so I went and got the kids. So I'm doing breakfast for them this morning. And Lauren, of course, she's still. I'm gonna cross the camera. Had to go turn the sausage off. Anyway, I decided, tired as I was from last night, I decided I'm going to cook the kids some pancakes. You know, sometimes when you have a situation going on, even though kids are happy-go-lucky for the most part, little things prey on those little minds. So anyway, I went and got the game, and I'm going to do pancakes, sausage, and eggs for them this morning. And this is my Food Lion, all-purpose baking mix. You make pancakes, waffles, or biscuits with it. So this morning we're gonna do some good old pancakes. So here we go. I always do them. They always do 3 pancakes each. So I'll be putting 9. Now y'all know I don't do all the fancy schmancy with this kind of stuff. It's so simple to do, and you don't have to make it rocket science. Okay. So we'll shape them once we get everybody on here. Get everybody on board, and I get 9 on here somehow. And then I'll go back and shape them. Okay. I believe there's 9. Am I one short? 3, 6, 9. There we go. I can count, y'all. So there's my 9. Put more mix on those. A little bit more on that one. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to set that off to the side. Y'all, excuse my back, please. And of course, over here I got my Food Lion vegetable oil. That's what I use for the most part. Vegetable oil and some lanolate is what I'm cooking pancakes with. So, hope y'all had a good Saturday night, that you went out on the town and did something, or just stayed home. We certainly did. I was decorating up till about, 10:30 last night. And y'all saw my first video. My second video is coming out, y'all, seriously. And I'm going to be working on showing y'all what I've accomplished so far. I got a long way to go still. Didn't get as far as I wanted to get, but I thank God that I got as far as I did. So we're going to suffice it to say all is well. So it's time to flip that one. Okay. I tell you, like I told y'all before, this little griddle here, this old. I think this is the second griddle I've had. Yeah, because the first one I bought, Lord Jesus, it had looked like it had been through a war, but it held up so well because I had that one during the time that Tanya and Tansy were children, so kept it, for a good little while, and now this is my second waffler, as I call it. I'm gonna cook the eggs right on here. Okay, that one there ain't quite ready. Wonder how I can tell the way it's. See, look at what's happening around the edges of it and know whether they're ready. Now that I got those flipped, I can move these back out of the way because I need a little bit more space there. So, anyway, I just let the kids relax this morning. I was gonna let them come on and do breakfast as usual, but I got that big old screen TV, and they're fascinated with my big screen TV. So of course they're down there trying it out. So you know how kids do. So I decided, you know what, get this breakfast going because I also got to get dinner going. So yep, we're doing Sunday dinner. I missed all this decorating. So these are good to go. Okay, so that's the pancakes. They'll be off of here shortly, and I'll get the eggs going. But I just wanted to tune in with y'all and say good morning. Love you guys. Hope you, if you didn't make it to church today, pray anyway. We still need prayer all over the place because there's still so many things going on throughout the world, throughout this country, and throughout our families. Because, you just never know. But prayer is always appropriate, no matter what's going on. Even when we're having good moments that we can smile, prayer is always needed. So what I'm going to do here, as you can see, got my center plates out. My time for the Santa plates. It's Christmas time, y'all. It's what? The 2nd of December. And I must say, I feel like a fish out of water. Because normally I have all my decorations done by this point. But that's okay. We're going to get them done. In fact, I'm going to try my best. Unless something else comes up. You know, sometimes, you know, I always say never say never. We can turn that down some now. I'm going to go ahead and start getting these pancakes off to the side. I'm going to get ready to do these eggs here shortly. Flip that one. Okay. Pancakes off to the side. And I think, for the most part, they could come off, but I want them to stay hot. So what I'm going to do is just leave them. And get these two over there, let them finish cooking. Okay. And my all-purpose pancake mix, even if I use biscuit, I never put egg in mine. Now, some people do. I don't like the egg because to me the egg makes it spongy, and I don't like spongy pancakes. I like some creamy melt in the mouth pancakes. So the pancakes are ready. And it's not going to take the sausage already done. It's not going to really take that much time to cook these eggs. So go ahead and melt me a little bit more butter. Excuse my reach across. But you know what? When I'm doing these videos, I'm cooking just like I cook. I'm not trying to pretend nothing. I cook it just like I do when I'm right here. This is real time cooking. Okay, y'all getting this pancakes and sausage and stuff in real time. So here's what I just want to show you about cooking these eggs. I'm going to go ahead and get these pancakes off because I do not want them hard on the bottom. Okay. This one. Okay. So the pancakes right there. The pancakes are ready. And so because this is like, I think I did six eggs. I'm keeping them from running all over the place. That off to the side. Okay. I got my griddle turned all the way up, y'all. So spread them out like that so they'll cook. And if I had already fried my sausage way in advance, you can sit the sausage off to the side to keep them hot. But, you know, griddle, scrambled eggs, just got to keep them. Remember, you can't walk away. Keep that from running off. I don't want to lose any of those eggs. I have a little thing to catch anything that runs through. It's really for the grease, so it'll work for the eggs as well. Okay, so we're done now with that. So sit there and keep them flipped. So, for you people who have not fried eggs, anybody that's not fried eggs on the griddle before, this is how you do it to keep it. Because you have your little runoff thing there. You don't want your goodness running off down through the crack there. So just keep stirring them until they get kind of solid. And once they get solid, you don't have to stir them as much. Just make sure that we don't want to have brown eggs. Anybody out there like their eggs like a little brown? Can't do it. So anyhow. And then a grill, you know, this is pretty much what they do. They probably have, I didn't spray any non-sticks, so I shouldn't have had to. But usually, you know, it comes out a little bit neater than that. So let that sit there for a sec. I'm going to get these plates lined up here. Okay. Stepping away a minute, all right. Give that a little wipe down. And we're going to do that with the plates. Okay, this is the way Grandma does it right here, like this here. They love it. The more I put my hands on it, the sweeter it tastes. Okay. And those three are already placed. Okay. So, all right, y'all, it's time. Time to eat, guys. what I want y'all to do today? So we won't be using a lot of cups and bottles and stuff. Get your water bottle out of there. There's 3 cold water bottles. They're in the refrigerator. If you want cold, just get out the refrigerator. If not, get one from over here on the side. Okay, I didn't realize I put
Baby
my...
boy.
There you go. Okay, let me do this.
It's me. That's me. It's me. Lauren, get out in front of the camera. It's still going. You just standing there and I ain't gonna get to see your back.
I saw the stop. Excuse Lauren's back.
Sorry.
Excuse her back. That's okay. So anyway, breakfast is almost about to be served, y'all. There we go. Y'all know we'll get every bit of it. Okay, so let's turn it down. I'm just gonna pour a little water on it and clear it off. Okay.
I don't want eggs.
You don't want eggs? Okay. So Lauren, you can take that part of it. So here's some eggs and pancakes. Okay, Lauren, grab your plate. You got a fork?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Somebody grab the syrup. Okay, so you don't want eggs, so.
Sir.
Never mind. You see the syrup? Look,
I put this back on the table.
Okay. Well, I need to do the sausage. Let me get the sausage. Who did not want sausage? Somebody didn't want sausage.
I didn't.
Okay, Lauren don't want sausage. Oops, sorry. Okay. Okay, man. That's your plate. Okay.
Do we use these?
Now get your spoon out the drawer. Okay. So we're done. Breakfast is served, y'all. So we're gonna walk over here on this side of the room and talk a little bit about what I'm doing for dinner. For dinner today, I'm just gonna show y'all. These are green dried lima beans. First time I'd ever seen them. Let's see, can you see them? Okay. These are green lima beans. They were dried. I had never seen them. Well, I'd seen them. It's been years since I've seen small green lima beans. And we're going to do some catfish nuggets. Okay? I bought these at the Piggly Wiggly, so I got 2 bags of those. They are like 2 pounds each, so I figure for all of us we need 2 bags. So anyway, I'll be back later to do Sunday dinner, but that's what's on the menu for Sunday dinner. I just want to chime in with y'all because the kids were here and everything. So until I come back to start Sunday dinner, I'm going to say toodaloo. Go ahead now, get your breakfast and sit down and eat with us while we're having breakfast. Hey y'all, it's time to finish up Sunday dinner. I'm back over here on the flavor train. Been down stairs decorating, finished up that red tree. I'm rolling, y'all. Hadn't got as far as I wanted to, but I'm where I need to be right now. So I'm back in the kitchen, y'all. So I'm sort of going back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and get this dinner finished up because like I told y'all, I'm doing catfish nuggets. I'm doing lima beans with chunks of ham in it. Cream potatoes. I decided on cream potatoes and some coleslaw and maybe some hush puppies. So what I'm going to do right now is just show y'all a little something I thought of since we last spoke a little while earlier today. I've decided that the lima beans, I kept looking at these lima beans. Remember, these are the green lima beans. I threw away my packaging, so I can't show you the package that they were in. But they were dry lima beans. And you have to, I told you have to go ahead and soak them overnight or as long as you can before you cook them. Let me see if I can get you a better shot going on here. My camera's almost out of juice, so I'm having to, let me see if I can plug it up right here. Maybe I can bring it to you closer. Because I'm going to show you what I'm on. Y'all know I try to always put a twist. Okay, as I was saying, what I'm doing, I'm going to put a twist. I'm putting a twist on these lima beans. As I told y'all this morning, these were dry, green baby limas. First time I've seen them in years. Hadn't seen them, I think, since my childhood. But anyway, I cut up chunks of ham in them. This is a 1 pound bag of those lima beans. I used 10 cups of water, 3 bouillon cubes, a tablespoon of black pepper, and probably a pound of cut up chunk ham. And the ham is a leftover item from Thanksgiving. So I just had that much left, and I cut it up. So don't throw away nothing. Put the bones in a bag, threw them in the freezer, and I'll use them as seasoning bones. Okay, I had some of these little steamable potatoes. You know, you can buy these little bags of steam in the bag potatoes. I had them sitting in the fridge. I thought, why not use them? So what I'm going to do is put them right into those lima beans and ham, and we're going to boil them up and see it. I'm going to call that lima bean, ham, and potato pot. Okay? I know it's going to be good because I like all these three things, and all these three things complement. So it'll be like almost like a lima bean gumbo or stew or whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do is get the heat up and get them in. They probably have to cook 20 or 30 minutes. So let your beans get completely done, probably the last 30 or 40 minutes that you're going to cook them. And then cut the potatoes up and just, I'm leaving the skins on. These are those nice little tender potatoes, like I say, that you cook right in the bag. You don't have to do anything but season them, so they're nice and tender. So I just cut them into pieces, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them right here in that pot. And I'm going to try not to have to put any more water, because I think this is going to cook down and get nice and thick, which is what I want them to do. So that's going to be some good eating in that pot. Y'all hear me? Those potatoes are going to be infused with the seasoning from that ham meat and from those lima beans. So we're just going to put the lid back on them, bring them to a boil, and then we'll lower that heat and let them cook for the next 30 or 40 minutes, and they should be good and done. Remember now, you got to get those lima beans done first. And I've been cooking these lima beans for the last about 3 hours. Okay. So we're going to let them, you know, like I say, start them out on high, then turn them down to low. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and start frying this catfish, because they'll be in here shortly, ready to eat. The guys decided they were going to go watch a football game, I guess. So Kareem's gone, Tony went elsewhere, and so did Man. So they're all going to watch the game. And of course, I'm going to do some Food Line instant potatoes, because I know how to hook them up, so they're going to be just fine. So I'll do that later. And of course, you just do the I'll tell you what I put in my cream potatoes that I use out of the box, and that way you can make yours taste just as good. And if you're in my kitchen, you really don't know if they came from the box or if I stood there and peeled the potatoes. Okay. So one thing though I'll say about doing instant potatoes, go ahead and get your milk warmed up and heat it up really, really good, because you don't want them to stick out to the bottom of the pot and all that kind of carrying on. So I've got some hot water back there, because I'm going to put hot water and milk. I'm going to use a stick of butter in there. I'm going to use salt and pepper to taste. And that's basically it. And if you got sour cream, throw you some sour cream in there. But lots of good creamy milk, lots of butter, salt and pepper, and nobody will know. And if you got cheese, you can throw some cheese off in there. So let me get over here to these catfish nuggets. I've got them all seasoned up. I put my lemon pepper seasoning on them. Just sprinkled it on. There they are. I'm going to have to get over to the other side, though, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I hope y'all started your Christmas decorating, or at least got the stuff pulled down out of the attic now. Don't be like me. Get behind the curb and cannot, and you know, like with me, because I like to focus and I like to recreate and do and undo. There's my fan. There it is. This is exactly. I'm trying to get myself set up here. Okay. The nuggets are still not in view. Okay. Let's do this. The way this camera works, it gives you a wide angle. There it is. It gives you a broad view of what you're doing. So, you know, if y'all ever fried fish before, I'm sure you have. So all you got to do is just get you some. I'm going to use this bag here. This is one of those gallon freezer bags. I just put some meal in there. I got those nuggets all seasoned up. Got my grease sitting there getting real good and hot. I got my dish that I'm going to take them, that I'm going to put them in as they come out of the grease. And let's get it back far enough. Okay. There we go. Get that grease real hot, and then back it off a little bit, because you don't want it to burn. You never want our stuff to burn. We don't want no burn up food. Okay. So this is basically a real easy meal today. Like I say, lima bean, ham, and potato pot. Some mashed potatoes, good old creamy mashed potatoes, and some catfish nuggets. Tanya's bringing the coleslaw, and I'll probably whip out a few hush puppies here after I get the fish fried up. So hold on just a minute. I'm going to go off camera, and I'm going to get a few things done and get these catfish. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to go ahead because I think, yeah, I thought my grease was too hot. And with this, just drop them. These are big nuggets, aren't they? I like these nuggets. Let me show y'all the bag. I purchased these from the Piggly Wiggly. So these are freshwater farm catfish nuggets. There's 2 pounds in here, $4.99. And these are from none other than Mississippi. You know, Mississippi, I think, may be the capital of catfish. When we lived there, we used to get them fresh. Oh Lord, we used to go to this little restaurant, and my husband would eat as many as he could hold. Now you imagine a catfish that was about 12 inches long, and you imagine a 12-inch long catfish, they will fry them whole. And my husband would go through about 5 of them before he got up from the table. And if you could eat, at that time, I think if you could eat 4 or 5 or 6 or however many it was, you could eat there for free. And needless to say, he was always able to do it. And he wasn't like a big old fat person. He was just a person that just liked to eat. I'm stirring these Lima Beans. I don't want them to stick because now that I got the potatoes in there, you know, they're going to soak up some of that juice. So, stirring that Lima bean. So anyway, Mississippi, I believe, holds a distinction as being the place for catfish. I'll tell you one thing that used to happen in Mississippi. We were stationed at Columbus Air Force Base in Mississippi. And I kid you not, at the back or the end of the flight line, every day or so, whenever catfish seasoning was, you could go on that flight line, you could see those catfish walk. You know catfish walk, right? Okay, first time I'd ever seen them in my life. And you could go down to the end of that flight line, you see those catfish out of the water, and it looked like they were walking like, sort of remind you how seals waddle like that. They were coming up in the back of that, I'm sorry about that rattling. Anyway, those catfish would be coming up the back of the runway on the flight line. And I'm going to tell you, that was something for me to see. And that's how I knew, honey, I could eat all the catfish I wanted. Because in Georgia, we ate a lot of catfish. We ate whiting and we ate mullet. And when I really got, as an adult, I got to have an appreciation. Okay, I'm going to start dropping these. Okay, might need to put a little bit more grease in that pan. But anyway, in Georgia, we had mullets and whiting. Excuse me a minute. One of y'all get the phone, please. So, but these catfish, oh, I love the taste of catfish. Now, these are supposed to be nuggets. Some of them are small nuggets, but the majority of them are big pieces like this. And they're filleted, obviously. But, you know, every once in a while you get a bone in there, so just take it out and keep on moving, because I don't like fish with bones either. I really don't. But as with any filleted fish, you may find a bone or two here or there, so just be careful. But for the most part, you won't. You may find one or two. Anyway, when that fish is frying about like that, it's rolling. It's doing exactly what it needs to do. Okay? I'm going to put one more in there. So there's plenty of room for it to cook in. Okay, so we got the catfish going. And I'm going to do some hush puppies probably. And then basically next time you see this fish, it's going to be on somebody's plate on the soul, or on, I was going to say the soul train, on the flavor train. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. If you're hanging there, kick your feet off up under the table and have something cool to drink. I'm coming back.
Oh, my water.
Oh yeah, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all, we need to drop a stick of butter off in them butter beans. How about that? So that's what I forgot to tell y'all. So it's in there. Those potatoes are cooking nicely, and by the time everything else gets done, the potatoes should be okay. All right, be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I decided I was going to do cream potatoes with this meal. Also decided that I'm just doing a few of little homemade hush puppies, and all it is some meal, a little bit of sugar, and water. Put a little warm water in that meal. I'm going to show y'all what consistency it needs to be. Self-rising meal, y'all, is what I use for these. Just fry them up on each side until they get, this is 2 cups of meal. And I maybe put a half a cup of water, but just so it's a thick consistency like that. And just drop it. I call it just homemade drop cornbread or hush puppies or mini hoe cakes, whatever you want to call it. It's just that simple. And I probably put a tablespoon of sugar in there. Not too much sugar, because you know, put too much sugar in there, when it hits that heat, they'll start scattering all over the place. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll know if you got too much sugar when it starts to splinter up and scatter all over the place. But just enough sugar to give it that little extra punch of flavor. And or you call it hot, you know, people say hot water cornbread. I don't know. Where I was raised up, these were called, you know, homemade mini hoe cakes, cornbread, corn pones, my mama, I mean, all kinds of names. But anyway, the bottom line is, it's meal, some water, and a little bit of sugar. And that's it. And, you know, maybe somebody else may have a different recipe. If you want to put some onions in, you put onions. There's all variations. But this is the basic way to make these little corn pones. So, that's it. We are doing hush puppies. Okay, so I will be right back. Okay, y'all, there it is, Sunday dinner. Creamy mashed potatoes with a pool of butter. Those are my lima beans with the ham and potatoes. So that's my lima bean ham and potato pot. So it's catfish nuggets, some hush puppies, and some biscuits. Now this is real simple and real good. So we get ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy this food. And the next time you see it, it will be on the flavor train on somebody's plate. So until we cook again, decorate again, or whatever we're going to do next time, I'm going to say toodaloo. Love you guys. Keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. And go find something good to eat, y'all. Even if you got to go cook it from scratch. It's still early in the day. So thank y'all for tuning in, for hanging in there. And remember now, I still got my decorating tips forthcoming, so stay tuned. Love you guys. Toodaloo.